You're listening to the You Don't Know Me Yet podcast network.
There it is. There it is. That's such a magical sound.
Is that our Lil Wayne lighter flick? Bitch, you know how Lil Wayne, like, before his verse, either before his verse or his songs, like, all you hear is a lighter flicking?
Yeah. This is a Daydreamers podcast, and we are the Daydreamers. I am Erin.
I'm K'Shana. And late, apparently.
As usual. And a Daydreamers podcast is a reminder to do what makes you happy. So let's jump right on in. K'Shana, what have you done to make yourself happy?
Transferred schools.
So you went ahead and did that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew it was happening. I knew it was happening, but it's done now.
It is complete. It is done. Full admission. Classes are scheduled. Degree plan projected. Mm-hmm. Tuition is paid. I'm speaking it into existence.
Okay.
Tuition is paid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, speaking of tuition being paid, I was talking to my brother about some things, mostly bills and things like that. Because for some reason the university is fit to keep bringing me up these $200 surprises. You know the surprises you get, like, oh, surprise, you got to spend $200.
Oh, that's just like Zipporah's dance tuition. So, well, not tuition, but dance. It's like, goddamn.
Like, here go another okay, well, this is how much the costumes cost, or this is how much.
And it's like,
whatever.
I knew that, but it's like, okay.
It's $200, and it's now, and it's like, well, these things have been like literally surprises, like shit, like I didn't put in my budget or plan on, and they've been $200 a piece. Every pay period. How fun is that?
Fun.
So
I could have paid off a credit card with that.
Right. So we were just talking about like stuff and then like tuition and stuff. And I was like, one day I would like to just be like, well, they said Jesus paid it all. So I'm not sure why I have to pay for things. Like, if only that will work. If only that will work in those types of situations. But anyway, yeah, that's what I did to make me happy and less stress.
Yes. So because when does the semester start?
Yeah. January.
Like mid-January?
Yeah, like the 10th, I think.
Okay.
That's probably, that might be when tuition due. No, I think that's a Tuesday. I think it start on the 16th.
It's probably like right after MLK.
No, that's Martin Luther King Day.
Well, it has to be like the 17th. Well, you know what? The reason why I always know when the spring semester starts is because my best friend Monique, her birthday is January 17th, and I didn't forget it, her birthday, but it might have gotten pushed to the side maybe because school started that weekend. And so if I wasn't down there in Baton Rouge at the time, she went to school, she went to Southern in Baton Rouge, and then she lived down there for a long time.
That's a strong black woman.
So it's like, she's phenomenal.
That is a strong. If you graduated from Southern University of Baton Rouge, if you graduated from that university, you are a strong person.
That's awesome.
You're a strong person. That's all I'm gonna say.
But yeah, so but anyway, she her birthday is like the next day, and so like she would always call me like the day after and be like, Erin, and I'd be like, oh, happy birthday! No. And I'm like, Monique, I'm like, so sorry, and I'm just really sorry. And I'd be like, well, girl, I don't forget it. She says this, and I'm like, is that? And she was like, well, that still hurts my feelings. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm really sorry. So I have to make extreme efforts, and it's not that I forget it. It's just that
getting ready for the semester.
Yeah, like I was always doing something because this spring semester started.
Probably moving.
So like I'm moving in and like linking up with my girl Megs. Oh wait, are you done with what made you happy? Or you got more stuff?
Yeah, that's one of. Yeah, I guess that's enough. That's enough. Okay. I think that's enough.
That's cool. Okay.
That's enough.
So what I did a few things, but to make myself happy. Speaking of my girl Megs. So y'all remember a couple episodes ago when K'Shana and I were talking about friends and we were getting dumped by our best friends and stuff. Well, I was talking about my girl Megan, and I say my girl because low key in the back of my mind, like she still is like one of my close friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, bitch, we done made up. We're back besties, and I'm just so happy.
Did you hear the episode by the chance?
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, shit. Well,
this is the thing. So like,
okay.
I had messaged like I said, like in recent years, we've been like social media buddies, like sending memes.
Right.
And stuff. You know how you can like make friends with somebody you've never met just because it's like your Instagram friends. I mean, through Instagram, and then you become like Instagram friends and stuff like that. Well, like that's kind of like how we were, you know. And so it was a period of time she wasn't really doing any interacting, and so I had stopped sending her memes because like she just wasn't responding.
Yeah.
And so she responded to some memes I had sent her like back in like October or something, or like September. She was just responding, and she was doing all of the ones that I sent her. And I was like, girl, where you been? And I was like, I actually been thinking about you for a while. I wanted to, like, we don't have each other's phone number because, you know, we ain't really been in contact since like 2006, 7, you know. Mm-hmm. So I was like, really 6 maybe. I don't know. Anyway, but I was like, yeah, I was thinking about you. I hadn't seen you on the Instagrams. I've been wanting to send you so many memes. And I was like, normally when people take a break, which I figured she was just taking a break because they have stuff going on. And she was like, well, yeah, she was like, well, thanks for even noticing. But yeah, I have had some things going on, and I did take a dip back or whatever. And she was like, send me some memes or whatever. But I did say to her, even though you all caps dumped me, like I still consider you a very close friend in the back of my mind. Like there are times like if I'm talking about my close friends from college, like I'll be quick to I will want to say, oh, my friend Megan, but I'm like, oh, we're not friends. So you know the girl I used to be friends with, Megan, you know, like I have to say that. And so so yeah, I was like, I still, a little piece of me still refers to you as as a friend. And she was like, wait a minute, dumped? I didn't dump you. You dumped me. And I was like, no, you dumped me. And she was like, no, you dumped me. And I was like, no, you dumped me. And she was like, no, you dumped me. And I was like, bitch, what are you talking about? But anyway, we went through that whole thing of like, bitch, I didn't dump you. Yes, you did. But I love you. I love you too. I just thought you was over here with your friends. You had dumped me for your roommate. And I thought you dumped me for your sorority sisters because you wasn't even really fucking with them bitches at first. And I went with you to the interest meeting and stuff. And then you dumped me for them. And then it was like, but bitch, I thought, and then, you know, like me and you and your new friend, when like we don't really mesh that well. And I'm like, girl, please, like, I have individual friend groups. Like, y'all didn't have to mesh. You were my friend and this and that. And like the whole thing where I said, like, I was going through something and a mutual friend hit her up and I was like, she don't even be fucking with me no more. Like, we was talking about that and everything. And I was like, I was really surprised you even came because like, I just, at that moment in time, I thought you did not like me anymore and you did not want to be around me and stuff. And I was like, and I freaking loved you and I was heartbroken. And she was like, don't make me cry. And I'm like, cry, bitch. Cry. Because I cried back then. I was truly heartbroken. And I was like, I was by myself. Like my friend that was my roommate, she had either moved. She's younger than me.
That's
but
the
she
title of the
graduated
show,
from
by
me.
the way. Cry bitch.
Oh, cry bitch. but like, she had either moved off campus or she had already graduated, and so for a period of time, like I was by myself. I still had people I knew or when.
Yeah, but it's
like,
different.
My tight friends like wasn't talking to me no more. Talking about Megan, and you know, in my opinion, well, in my point of view, and then my other friend, like she wasn't present. Like either she had moved off campus or she had already graduated at this time. But anyway, I was like, I was by myself and everything, and you know, and I was talking the whole thing about me cutting my hair off and like we bumped into each other and she's like, you can call me, and I was like, but why would I call you? Because like, you know, even though you
I
were
didn't
there for
think
me,
that you were.
I was like, yeah,
I didn't think you really liked me. You know,
I didn't think you liked me at all anymore. And I told her that. I was like, I just didn't think you liked me anymore. And, you know, so we're doing that all through Instagram DMs or whatever. And she was like, what? No. And see, I thought this, and this. And, you know, she was saying how she used to tell her sorority sisters, like, me and Erin just don't like this no more. And Erin don't want to do that. And, you know, and I'm like, bitch, whole
time miscommunication. Whole time.
So she was like, well,
or lack thereof.
Yeah, because I was like, well, I love you and I still love you. I've always loved you. I just had to make myself not, you know. And she was like, well, I still love you too. And she was like, well, do you want to pick up where we left back off? And I was like, well, we already have really. Like, we really already just picked up where we left off. And she sent me her number. Mm-hmm. And then the Instagram DM turned into like a chat thread. And now it's like voice memos. Like, I left her a drunk ass voice Vimo.
I mean, if you Venmoing people,
a drunk voice note. And so And her back to me was just like, bitch, this is just like back in the day when we used to do this. So it's like we really just like picked up where we left off at. And I was telling her, like, I said, I've been wanting to say this stuff to her because we've been communicating like this, like, for some years, at least since I've been married, I want to say, which is going on like 5-6 years. So, like, but I was like, I never said anything. And I was like, I was just going to let things, just let it flow naturally and just see where it went. And she was like, well, I'm glad you did that. And I'm like, I'm glad I did too, because, you know, things will happen when it's time and when it's necessary. Because I would have never thought on that day, that morning, this instance, that like me and her would, and it's literally like we have picked up right where we left off.
Well, that's what happens when you actually like low-key still fuck with each other. Like,
right.
It's not anything forced or anything like that.
Right. And then like she was saying, like, some of the girls and stuff she was cool with back then, like when her and our friendship had ended. She was like, I don't even really just fool with them and talk to them no more. I said, that's because y'all weren't real friends. Like, y'all might have been, y'all was, you know, some of these girls were in your sorority and stuff like that. I said, that's because y'all were friends because of this situation. Not to say that y'all didn't have, like,
yeah, y'all were just in the
friendship,
same place at the same time. It was more environmental than it was actual.
Right. And then there was some bonding and this whatever.
You know, but not like,
whatever,
you know, it was just because y'all were just,
I was like, because you and I were actually friends
to each other versus.
Yes. I said, that's because we were actually friends and y'all were. And she was like, yeah, you know, some of the chicks that were in my wedding. I said, yeah, I saw your wedding photos. I was salty, but whatever. Because I'm just like, you wasn't even fooling them bitches like that. Like, it was me and you, and then you pledged, and I was still kicking it with y'all. And then, like, it was just like you and them. And I was like, the fuck? Okay, then. But
I think that, well, let me see. I have 2 friends from high school who we are not friends, but, like, when we see each other, it's like, press and play. It's like pause and then play.
In the cafeteria.
Yeah. It's like pause and then play. Like nobody hates anybody or anything like that. Or, you know, life just be lifing. And they got like, one of them got like buku kids.
You never see her.
Buku children.
You never see her.
Buku. But like also like it wasn't like a falling out. Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah. Yeah, but it's just like there's no nothing in the middle. Like it's just like when you are friends like that and you connect in that way and it's not about close proximity to each other and y'all actual have shit be like y'all got, it's almost like a secret language or whatever. Yeah. It's like, you know, you can just kind of pick back up. I mean, and I think that's awesome. You mentioned something I forgot to say. I guess this is one of my things. I cut my hair as well, so that's one of the things that made me happy. Yeah.
You still got a lot. I was going to say,
it's a lot. It's a lot. But, like, I cut it for energetic reasons.
Oh, okay.
Cutting off some of that old shit. Like, you gotta do it. But, yeah, that was it. I'm happy for you, though.
Thank you. And I'm really excited.
I can tell.
I really am happy. Really am, girl.
Shout out to Megan.
Yay, Megs.
And let this be like a thing. Like, y'all talk to people, because then people just be sitting around, one person think one thing and the other person think another thing. Right. And it's not even a miscommunication. It's a lack of communication. Like, you know, like, talk to your friends.
Right. I was so heartbroken. We done with this, but I'm just like,
yes, it sucks.
It was a really bad time for me. She was like, you gonna make me cry? Well, bitch, I need you to fucking cry because you dumped me.
It's like, that's what I experienced on my end. This was my experience.
Right. The other thing, I'm gonna wrap this up. That made me happy. I threw a little party. It wasn't even a real party. It was just cake and rotel and the mix of everyday activities. But Big Nick is now Big Man Nick. Yes, my son is 18 now. Super excited. I'm just like, it's not even, for me, I guess, because I'm not his biological mom, that I'm not like, oh, my baby. I don't have that, but it's just like another year of this sweet boy, and I just love him so much.
He's a senior this year, right?
Yes, he's a senior.
So this is it.
Yeah, he got accepted. Yes, he got accepted into Southern, and his other choice, Southern Baton Rouge, and his other choice is Louisiana Tech. I want, like, both schools are cool, you know. But I want him to move away. Like, Tech is in Reston, which is 30 minutes from Monroe. And so I just feel like when you're still close to home, like, you don't get a chance to grow, you know, or get to know yourself outside of, and I mean, some people need to be at home.
That boy finna be in Dallas every weekend.
Go to Dallas. Go to Dallas.
If he go to Tech, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not gonna be where you think he gonna be.
No. I'm not saying he's gonna be up under his mama or be coming over there for us. He may come over there try and drive his daddy's car, but like, I'm not saying that. It's just that, like, when you go off, when you're still around home, when you're still going off to school, but you still like with the same crew, you still with the same, like, you can never be anybody but what you were in your hometown some cases.
The whole thing is like, let's see. So he's going to go to whichever school. He might go somewhere else, but that doesn't necessarily mean he'll be around the same people. That's true. And I, like, I'm saying this based on my experiences.
Well,
was that what happened with you? Like,
I went to school. I went to school by myself. And so, which I'm happy about. Like, I didn't have a clique of friends anymore, but I was so green and naive and sheltered that when I left my mama's house, it was literally like that sweet little lamb being tossed to demon wolves. Demon wolves. Like, that's how it was for me. So I did have a whole learning experience. My freshman year was not all good, and
I don't think anybody. But y'all, can y'all write us or like make a comment if you see this? Tell us, like, what was your freshman year of college like? Was it a wake up call? For me, it was a wake up call. I was crying and good girl. But anyway, like, did y'all go through it y'all freshman year, or was y'all freshman year like mad fun? Like, and were you around like most of the same people that you went to high school with, or was it a completely new crew? Did you have trouble, or did you find it easy to make new friends or whatever? Like, let us know.
I had fun times, I had depressed times, I had sad times, like I had all of it, but it was still like, and then like if I would have went to school with people, and then like when I left high school, I thought I left high school a certain way, but now that I'm grown, it's like, girl, it was a whole lot of other shit going on. Like, wasn't nobody even, whatever was going on with you, like, nobody probably was even like checking for that. That's just you. You know what I'm saying? And I had a homeboy tell me that one time. He was like, Erin, girl, if you knew all the shit that was going around. Yeah, we at K'Shana's house again, y'all. But he was like, if you knew all the stuff that was going on, like, what, you wouldn't even be, girl, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody thinking about whatever would happen or this and that or whatever. But anyway, what I want for my son is the best for him. And so it's just like, I want him to be able to, I don't want him to be stuck in a situation or place, mind frame, wherever that he doesn't need to be, or he doesn't need to be in. Because sometimes what you want ain't necessarily what you need. But like,
what does he want to major in?
I don't know, engineering, something like that.
Then tech.
Well, yeah. Well, then tech, of course. Of course. But but still, I just want the best for him, and I just want him to be in a place where he can grow and learn and like just, and I know I have another friend from high school. He was one way and people saw him as one way. And if he would have went to school with the same people from high school and his friends and this and that, he would still be the same way. And he can always, I'm happy he transfer. Left and went somewhere else, because now he's like he's a different man, like, because he was able to break away from whatever he was seen as at home and stuff. And like, I like that. So that's what I want. I just want him to be able to be in a space where he can grow and turn into his own self and not still be stuck in the ways of Monroe, stuck in the ways of high school, stuck in the ways of your old clique. Like,
but he won't be in Monroe.
But if Monroe goes to, like a lot of people, when I graduated high school, a lot of people from my high school went to Northwestern and Natchitoches. I'm still like, to some degree.
Some now, people, he's gonna see people that he went to school with.
Yeah, I know that.
Like, that's, it's
gonna happen. I mean, like, and even those people, when they went there, they still, at some point, they all separated and went into separate cliques and friend groups and things like that.
And it's gonna be that way, especially because everybody has different majors. You're gonna meet new people, international students. Even if he was, so let's just say he went to ULM, that's still a whole different thing. Let's just say he went to ULM and stayed on campus. You know how much y'all see him now? Or should I say, right? That's the point. Do you know how much you don't see him now?
We saw him this weekend, like, because I said, I was like, "Hey, you turn 18 on Tuesday. We're gonna have a family night."
That's what I'm saying. Prior to that, it was like be even less than that.
When when Maya was here,
even if he was in Monroe, it's still gonna be less than that. Yeah, he's gonna have his own life regardless, because he low key got one now.
He really do.
So he's. I don't want you to be afraid that he won't have certain experiences, because let's just say he goes to a school and there are going to be some people from high school there, but they're not majoring the same thing. He's going to meet completely different new
it's
people.
Just me.
He's going to be open to whole new
this just stepmama. This may not be biological mom feelings,
and
but
I don't
this
have
is definitely
a kid,
stepmom.
so I'm able to speak real loose about it because I don't have the same.
And it's like, and I know all that, but it's still just like, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. But like he's know
he's gonna get it, and then also the cool
and he's
thing,
gonna be his own person. I know that.
The cool thing about, let's just say he chooses one of those two schools. I mean, he could go anywhere, but like if he chose one of those two schools, let's say he the shit you went through, and most people went through that freshman year. And I'm not saying like be at home every weekend, but if he truly, truly, truly experiences something, y'all can get to him in a timely manner, whether that's there or southern, somewhere that said, I say timely manner is like 4 hours or less away.
Right.
So, cause you don't fucking know.
Yeah,
you don't know. Things be happening, and I don't wish that on anybody or anything. But sometimes you just do need to get to your kid, even if they are,
That's
in
like
college.
my mom was. I was cool with coming to Monroe because Monroe is an hour and a half from Shreveport. So my mama was okay with that because she was like, it's an hour and a half away. And then my Aunt Sweet Pea is here, of course. So it's like, if I needed, it wasn't nothing for like me to go to Aunt Sweet Pea house.
Or shoot, I'm saying if y'all need
home.
to get to him, shoot, what if he need to get to y'all?
Yeah.
So it would be, as far as like safety and accessibility for those types of things, it's just far away enough for him to have his completely and totally own life.
Yeah. Because I don't even know what you do every day.
But if he needs to come home or to, who knows, or if y'all need to get to him, it's not going to be an issue either way.
I did tell him though, when we called, when me, Larry, and Zipporah called him on his birthday, I was like, hey, I'm going to just go ahead and let you know right now. You the real reason why I fucks with LD being my husband. Okay? You the real reason. Now, I ain't going to lie. When I first found out about you, I was like, what? A baby? He got a baby? But then I was just like, oh, okay, he got a kid. Okay, I saw how he was with them and everything. I was like, because if LD wasn't in your life, I could not fool with him. So I'm just letting you know right now.
Can we talk about how I think I've mentioned this before, but like there are some people who will see the lack of interaction with that child or the lack of that person being in the child's life and still fuck with that dude. Like they think that's
I ain't that one.
Like it's people out here who do that. And you can't say it's not, because them niggas is still getting bitches. Fuck with right, because they still getting bitches. And they getting pregnant by it like it's going to be different.
Yes. Who's that dude that Summer Walker had a baby by? London on the track?
Yeah. That, like, I don't.
And then look, and then I told him, I said, 1, you're the real reason why I fucks with LD. 2, card these hoes, okay? Because you will now be treated like daddy. My husband is 40 years old. You at 18 will be treated as him, even though you are not him. You are still a boy. You're illegally a man. You'll be treated this way. So card these hoes, okay? And if you're dating somebody in high school, if they are 16, they need to be turning 17 like by February 1st. Okay? And he was like, okay. Then I was like, where's your stash? You're talking about what stash? I said, your stash. What's that? My money stash? No, your stash. Are you keeping it in a Crown Warrior bag? Oh, no, you're in high school. So what do y'all use? Ziploc bags? Where are your condoms, son? Where are they? And he was like, and I was like, Nick, this ain't like daddy talking to Zipporah. You can tell us. I was like, are you having sex? He was like, no. I said, you know right now or no period? And we went through a whole thing or whatever. I ain't even put that much of his business out. But I was just like, look, be real. Okay? And then also, when you do and you don't, whatever, don't be up in there doing the absolute most. Don't be like, yeah, let me get the extra large Maxim. Get the regular. Get your size. Don't be in there talking about, oh, I need the big ass bag, because we know dudes that do it. And that's a problem because it's going to slip off and the girl give her all type of infections, possibly pregnancy. Yo, dumb ass probably get an STD and a pregnancy.
Why
don't
you
do that shit.
Dumb?
I'm saying folks in general. Because we know people that be like, let me get the extra large Magnum. And it's like, sir, go get the Diurex over there.
Just be safe out here, people.
So, yeah, that was my message to my son on his 18th birthday.
Be safe. Be safe and be
real with yourself. And just be real with yourself.
Be safe and be real with yourself.
Card these hoes. Get the appropriate size.
Wash your hands.
And your balls.
We
don't have no musty
because like look, we
I told my God
it's like y'all have got to start washing y'all ass. Like this is like why y'all have got to start washing y'all ass. If you are not like this, and I know this don't apply to everybody. I know it don't, but it still applies to a lot. Y'all have got to wash.
I told my brother when he was young because he let me know that he was having sex. And like I said, my brother's 8 years younger than me. Okay, so and I remember one time I said something about like what him and his friend were about to do or what y'all just got done doing or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, him and his friend, it's a white boy. That don't matter." But I'm just setting the scene. Was playing football, this and that, playing around, tossing the ball, whatever, and some girls came over. Clearly not at my mama's house, but at this boy's house. And I was like, oh, well, what y'all, I think the conversation went to like what y'all was doing or whatever, and he was just like, no glove, no love. And I was like, okay. And like my brother's significantly younger than me, so he wasn't in high school. He wasn't in high school? I don't know, anyway. But I was like, look, I was like, cool, no glove, no love. I'm happy you know that. I'm happy you live by that. So you said y'all was outside tossing the ball around? If the girl is dumb enough to give you head, that's her dumb ass. But have some self-respect and wash your balls before the dumbass girl give you some head after you and your friend was out there doing
real
it.
Quick. Do something.
And I was like, make sure your balls ain't musty.
Because you know what? They talk about us.
I'm like, please.
They talk about us like going to the bathroom real quick. Y'all need to do that too. Like, why are we the only people taking precautions about the way? Like, why are we the only people taking precautions? I'm serious. Like, we are the only ones that are really like worried about smell and taste, texture. We're the only ones. Like, we are meticulous.
Eating all the pineapples and kiwi and shit.
And some of them barely drink water. Stop. Ain't had a vegetable in weeks.
Okay.
What?
And like I said, my brother was young. He was young. Okay. And but I was just like, I was definitely in college.
Women get indoctrinated with that though. Like to be overly.
If the girl's dumb anyway to be fucking with y'all, having sex with y'all, giving y'all a little musty ass's head in the first place. Okay. But
just tart.
And yes,
just pickled.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
She was. Yeah. You already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
She already dumb. But that don't mean you don't have no self-respect for yourself. You make sure before the dumbass girl comes over
don't
there,
mean you should.
You make sure you clean yourself when y'all were out there tossing the football around.
Like, do that.
11 words from a big sister that came home on college break.
I'm just saying, like, I think everybody needs to be aware of what's going on with their bodies as much as possible. Everybody should be, and don't just do
even
things
Zipporah at 2 years and a couple months. She'll say, "I think you."
And I was gonna say, and don't just do stuff for other people. Do it for you too. Self-care. Do it for yourself. Don't just be up here musty and then like, oh, I'm finna take a shower because somebody finna come over. No, be clean for you. Be clean for you. Oh well, I'm gonna do extra because there's nothing wrong. We do extra, but you should at least have like a baseline of clean for yourself.
Yes,
I'm not saying women who like go to extra mile, like shaving toes and stuff in the shower when
Sinclair.
they know. Somebody, we've all seen like the videos and the memes where the girl is like in the shower and her entire body is covered in shaving cream.
Do that if you do it for you.
Yeah, I mean, and if you want to like do that for special occasions, and I'm gonna say this about hair, we grown and we got it. So whatever
we're a mammal.
Yeah, whatever you choose to do with that.
Be like, what's up with that hair on your chin? I'm a mammal,
sir.
Wait. I'm a mammal.
What do you mean what's up? And don't ask me questions and don't point it out. Just cause you still anyway, let's not even go there because don't make comments to me about certain things and I'm not talking about him saying in general.
Yeah. I can't see right here.
Don't make comments to me about certain things when we both know you still finna get
up in this shit.
And love it.
I'm gonna walk past you. You gonna smack my ass so hard. So regardless, I'm a mammal, sir. I'm not talking about
like hygiene. I mean, not like cleanliness, but like whatever. But yeah, you should have a baseline of cleanliness for yourself when it comes to hair. If you want to have it, have it. If you don't. But let it be for you. whatever you decide and what's comfortable for you.
Absolutely.
Don't let this is part of the auntie advice, I guess, you know, because it's all kinds of young ladies out there going through things and it's not because they want to, you know, it's because it's what they feel like they have to do.
Absolutely.
Like, do what you want to do. You want to have armpit hair, have it.
Have it.
You don't want any, don't have it. Like, whatever. You want to go and get waxed, go get waxed.
Do it.
But if you don't want to do it,
don't
do it. Don't do that stuff for somebody else. Because guess what?
Because then you're going to get pissed off. I was up in there getting my pussy waxed.
Screaming.
This motherfucker gonna do that.
And
now,
again.
You been paying all that money sitting through all that pain.
And guess what they're going to do? Steal. Every time. with vigor and feeling and love it. Every time. Do what you want to do. But Absolutely. If you like it, do that. Do things because you like it and for you. Like be... You know, I'm just saying, do what you want to do, but be clean, but wash your ass regardless. So,
if nothing else, wash your ass.
Yeah, if you don't do shit else,
it's two things K'Shana will tell you. It's gonna be carry your ass to therapy after you wash your ass. All right, so let's get into today's topic because we done went all over the place. So today's topic is about leadership.
Oh,
so what this boils down to is.
Y'all, also, I don't know what this topic, like, this is my first time. We hearing it together.
Oh, talking about the topic?
But yeah, I'm talking about the audience and me that we're experiencing this together.
Oh, yeah. So, I really have been questioning me in a leadership position to the point where I was like, maybe I need to step down from any type of leadership position. I'm
saying this, and I know that's really loud, and RIP headphones. Sorry. But
yeah.
Because the O is because I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. But also that extends into the 9-to-5 leadership position.
Go outside of that, bitch. I wish you fucking would.
No, I'm not. I'm not stepping down from there. I'm not stepping down from the 9-to-5 because that's money.
Not that.
No. But no.
The other thing.
Oh. But like, okay. But yeah, I just don't see myself as a leader. And I'm in these leadership positions now. And in some cases, it ain't clicked all the way, or it clicks sometimes. That like, oh, this is my shit. You know, and sometimes it's like, why you asking me? You know, so, but yeah, like I don't see myself as a leader. And it's been instances where other people have told me like, oh yeah, you know, like, you're in this type of role, or people look at you this way. And I'm like, who look at me like this? Who following behind me? Why? You know, like, do you see yourself as a leader?
I am a leader.
Oh, okay.
And a trendsetter.
Okay.
I am. I've seen it in action.
Oh, okay.
No, but yeah, I'm a leader though in real life.
I just never saw myself that way.
I've always been a leader.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, I don't think it's always been received in those types of ways, and I don't think I've always received it in those types of ways. But like, you see it, like, you know. Yeah, and I'm not saying that to be like whatever the fuck. Like, I just am. Like, in my literal roles, I am. Yeah. And in my literal roles, I am. And I am.
I do think I have the capability to be a leader, to lead something. It's just that I just still kind of like some things just haven't clicked. Like with being a white, like with family. Oh shoot! Definitely, prior to me being a mother, things just kind of like went along. Things just kind of happened. We just kind of went with the flow. But like now, there's Zipporah's here. I definitely see where there needs to be direction with her and with the family, just everything in general. And I think for a little bit I might have fought the responsibility. I'll say that's what it is. Okay, the responsibility. Because there's a being difference. Responsible. It's that. And so like sometimes I might have been like, why is this? But then it's like, Erin, whoa, you're the mom. You're responsible for this shit. Erin, this is your house. You're responsible for this. Erin, this is your marriage and husband. you're responsible for this. You are the one that creates the magic within this, you know? So I've had to have conversations with myself with that, and even had to have like talking to other women that are mothers and wives and things like that, or people that are in those type of positions, maybe just not like legally a wife, you know, but that's the life they live type deal. But and then with our organization, Black Creative Circle of North Louisiana, I'm in a leadership position there. Yeah, BCCNL from here on out.
Don't forget the ENL.
Please don't. And I guess that's me being a leader, of being like, why you ain't putting the NL on the Black Creative Circle of North Louisiana? Anyway, but with that, I really question my leadership in some recent things that happened with our board and stuff. And I was like, maybe this leadership thing, maybe I don't need to be not a part of the board, or not active or a member, but maybe I don't need to be in the forefront.
Okay, so let me tell you something. I'm going to talk about this.
You just want to go ahead and cut me off like that? Okay.
Yes, because
maybe leadership isn't for me.
Because no, it's not that. It's not that. And I'm going to say this because we're very honest. You cut this out if you don't want to.
No, it's fine.
A lot of this is because Erin does not think that her communication style it's not about her leadership skills, because she fucking with y'all right now. But she fucking with y'all because this don't have shit to do with leadership.
No,
she thinks it does, but it's not. It is Erin's communication styles, and just the way that she chooses to communicate in various moments, and because sometimes that's not always received well, or it doesn't come across the way that she really intends it to. Her intentions are completely different from what actually happens sometimes. And look at her face. If you listening to this episode, just go to YouTube so you can see. Because you can see. Like, I need you to see her face. Because it's not that you don't have leadership skills or capabilities or things like that. You do. You know you do. It's the communication within while in these roles.
But that affects your leadership.
It does. I'm not saying that they're like separate. It's just, that's just one aspect of it, though, is what I'm saying. Is that like, so it's more about that than it is anything else. And you let me know if I'm lying. No, let me not say lying, but you just let me know if I'm wrong. No, just this is a podcast. We're supposed to be talking about our different experiences. I think that's more of what it is. And as an outside person who is not you, therefore who doesn't judge you in the same way that you judge yourself, from what I see, that's it. It's not that you can't or whatever. It's the communication, and that's it. That's it. That's all. It's communication. It's a part of it. It definitely is. Like you said, it's a part of, you have to be able to effectively communicate to be a leader, or to be any part of a team, whether that's a leader or a subordinate, whatever. You still have to effectively communicate. But that's more of what it is. You're not a bad leader. You're not a bad leader. You're just not always the most effective communicator. That's it. That's it. From an outside person.
Okay.
Because you was about to go ham on yourself about lack of leadership.
Girl.